93.7 Citizen FM, the latest radio station based in Nigeria's capital. Our station seeks to broadcast a broad mix of culture and views with priority given to development programming to enable residents share ideas and opinions, music and drama. At Citizen FM, we believe in progressive talk and solution-driven conversation. Our aim is to build a united Nigeria by bringing people of diverse culture together through communication. Enjoy listening to 93.7 Citizen FM. We are more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life.
This is 93.7 Citizen FM, Abuja.
A warm welcome to the Citizen FM News at 6. I am Lawrence Omoite. President Bola Tinubu has appointed 3 more ministerial nominees and has written to the Senate to confirm their nominations. Senate President Godswill Akpabio read a letter from the President requesting the confirmation of 3 additional ministerial nominees when the lawmakers resume plenary on Tuesday. The nominees are Balarabe Abbas Lawal from Kaduna State, Dr. Jamila Bayo Ibrahim from Kwara State, and Ayodele Olowande from Ondo State. The Senate in August 2023 screened and confirmed 45 ministerial nominees and rejected 3 of them. 2 other nominees were also rejected. The Senate also amended its standing orders to stop first-term senators from vying for the position of Senate President and Deputy Senate President. The Senate amended its order during Tuesday's legislative proceedings. With the new amendments to the standing orders of the Senate, first-term senators are now excluded from those qualified or eligible to contest for the position of presiding officers of the upper chambers. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives says a new living wage was one of the best legacies the federal government can give to Nigerians in the spirit of the 63rd Independence Day anniversary. The lawmakers called on political class to address the current situation in the country.
Urge the Nigerian political class and leaders in general to sit up, refocus, re-strategize, and work together to make Nigeria a better place for all.
Are we truly independent? I'm sure that you know the answer. Politically, yes. Economically, the answer is no.
Go back to the former glory of unity, prosperity, and security.
I think it's for the parliament now to take it upon itself, led by the speaker, to have a new living wage for Nigerians in the shortest possible time. After all, that is what the parliament is all about, standing with the people at all times.
The Nigerian High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Sharafa Tunji Shola, has called on Nigerians to always display a high sense of patriotism and exhibit virtues known only to a true Nigerian. He made the call during a strategic session with Nigerians in the UK on the occasion of the country's 63rd Independence Day celebration.
I have a lot of Indian friends, and if you see what they do with WhatsApp, it's about networking and business activities. But what do we do with ours? Oh, have you seen in Lagos 20 people died? Oh, it happened in Port they were kidnapped. Oh, you are selling that narrative. I want people to go and invest in Nigeria. It won't happen. At the moment you say that, the moment you share that, people in Britain will use that same microscope to look at you Nigerians there.
The federal government is finally the development of the National Diphtheria Laboratory to conduct preliminary and confirmatory testing of the disease in the country. This is even as the government said there have been 13,204 reported suspected cases, out of which 8,406 were confirmed cases from 114 local government areas in 18 states and the FCT. The Director General of the Nigeria Center for Disease at a press conference on the update of the disease in Abuja said 8,406 confirmed cases, which is about 73.7%. The NCDC boss noted that the Federal Ministry of Health, through the NCDC and the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency and partners, have continued to work with the ministry. The Chief Executive Officer of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Brigadier General Mohammed Marwa, says the agency is planning alternative development strategies that will take drug cartel out of business and protect the environment from the damaging effects of illicit drug cultivation and production. The NDLA boss stated this while outlining efforts by Nigeria to curb the menace of substance abuse and illicit drug and trafficking in his presentation at the third committee session of the ongoing 78th United Nations General Assembly in New York.
Similarly, local cultivation of cannabis has witnessed exponential growth over the years with the discovery of several hectares of land producing cannabis. In addition, the proliferation of new psychoactive drugs and the discovery of clandestine laboratories for the production of methamphetamine are also concerning. Some of the predisposing factors fueling the drug situation are poverty, unemployment, peer influence, and armed conflict. Others are the rising number of out-of-school children and internally displaced persons. The activities of cattle rustlers, kidnappers, and other criminal groups have compounded the situation. As a result, Nigeria is concentrating efforts on mitigating the challenges of narcotic drugs. The re-engineered national security plan is gradually restoring peace to the most troubled communities. The drug demand reduction strategies are also helping to address the problem of stigmatization and discrimination against people with drug use disorders.
As nations commemorate the 2023 anniversary of older persons, the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs at a roundtable summit agreed that transformative mechanism must be adopted to meet the needs of the elderly in Nigeria. The forum also analyzed promises of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights of Older Persons. United Nations country representatives in Nigeria, Matthias Mel, said the global body is committed to support in this direction.
We in the UN here in Nigeria are committed to supporting your country's efforts towards enhancing the promotion and protection of the rights of older persons, especially older persons living in vulnerable situations.
And the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu, says special emphasis will be on the elderly affected by humanitarian crisis.
The objective of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights is to preserve, protect, and enshrine the fundamental human rights of the universal human family that all humans are entitled to.
And on the foreign scene, the Niger Republic began 3 days of national mourning after 29 soldiers were killed in a suspected militant attack, the deadliest since the military took power in July. The latest violence comes as the country's coup leaders indicated they were considering neighboring Algeria's offer to mediate talks for a transition back to civilian rule. Niger is battling to jihadist insurgency, a spillover in its southeast from a long-running conflict in neighboring countries, and an offensive in the west by militants crossing from Mali and Burkina Faso. Hundreds of thousands of People fleeing the fighting in Sudan to South Sudan are going multiple days without food as child malnourishment swells. The World Food Programme has warned. The United Nations agency says a hunger emergency is looming on the border between the two countries and admit it is struggling to meet the growing humanitarian needs. And in sports, Anthony could return to Manchester United side for their Champions League game later today. The Brazilian winger has not played since early September after allegations of domestic abuse were made against him. Anthony, who has denied the allegations, has not been arrested or charged in either Brazil or the UK. Meanwhile, Bukayo Saka is available for Arsenal's Champions League trip to Lens on Tuesday, despite limping off injured in the win at Bournemouth on Saturday. The forward is joined in the squad by midfielder Thomas Partey, who has been out since August with a groin injury. And that's the Citizen FM News at 6. I'm Lawrence Omoiti. Good evening.